and welcome to the World of Ravinia podcast, where we follow the tale of a group of college adventurers learning their trade in the classroom and real world at once. Before we rejoin the party, we must say farewell to Kvorak, who played Pell the Satyr Rogue, who today informed us that due to real-life matters, they will need to leave the campaign. Wishing you all the best, and we will miss you in the chaos that you brought to our game. Now to where we left off. Party following their victory over a horde of zombies that had traveled through a portal to the college grounds before successfully closing the portal as well. However, this did not come without cost, as Zindi Rainmind, the Moon Elf Paladin of the Great Oak, cousin to Darok Thunderwater, last of his name, died seemingly chased with purpose by the leader of the zombies. How will the party deal with such a loss? The dear friend. Now let us return to the world of Ravinia. All right, so welcome back, everybody. First things first, two quick corrections that I realized with it being so late, I kind of got distracted at the end of the session. First, the parchment that I said you found on the leader's body, you did not find that on his body. It was simply the first item that was listed in the parcel, and I realized that for some reason it got resorted, and the item on him was at the bottom, not the top. So if you were looking specifically at the leader, what you found on him was dirty, shredded, ripped up set of common clothes and 8 copper pieces in the pocket.
Not that little parchment thing that I found earlier?
No, that was not on him.
Okie-dokie.
Second, one piece of note here. This should answer a few of your questions about how come nobody came to help. When the portal vanished, you would have noticed an almost echoing noise as sound and volume seem to filter back in, almost like the sound of like when your ears pop on an airplane. And all of a sudden, with the no longer dampened sound from around the portal, you can hear the screams and cries of people in all directions. And the distant sounds of combat still going on. Most of that comes from the north and northeast.
Awesome.
Lovely. So it seems like our college just got bombarded with the undead portal barrage.
Yeah. Yep, and after about a minute or so, you begin to hear those, still hear some cries of pain and noise. You hear fewer and fewer sounds of combat, but you do start to notice some staff and students beginning to make their way towards the main field. You do see the majority limping, wounded, some being full-on just carried and dragged. You see Clemis come approaching you, using his dwarven battle hammer as a cane or a crutch almost. As he gets closer, you begin to realize he's dragging his one leg and his foot is actually backwards. Ye lot all right? What happened? The light I saw this way.
There might have been a portal that I think is closed.
Good, no more of them are getting in then. And you see he's just
This is the
waving
only
others
one.
to the infirmary with the mast. Anyone here wounded?
We have one person on the verge of life and death.
And you can see he looks over towards Zin's body and just a hard swallow, and he looks at you and there is no life there. Approaching from closer towards the crystal, you do see a figure start to step towards Zin's body. As they see her down, they go into almost a full sprint. Before sliding on their knees into a kneeling position beside her and begin to softly chant. Who was closer to the portal and who was it that stayed with the body?
I stayed with the body.
Okay, Saul, you recognize the person who's sliding up and now kneeling over Zin. It is Mara Stormwind.
I'm shocked. If you can't tell, I'm shocked. um, the red-eyed girl that hated me.
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do right now.
Perfectly reasonable reaction to what you are seeing. So amongst the chanting, you also see her begin to wave her hands around and do something. Gargan and Saul, you can go ahead and make Arcana checks if you want.
I want to.
API, you can make a religion check if you want, and I don't think the rest of you have anything that would. No Arcana, no religion. Okay. Oh. Okay. So from that,
I'll use my 16 instead of my 2.
okay.
Yeah, that would probably help us.
So, first off, in Drakiak,
Yes.
you don't recognize the words. You don't recognize the patterns necessarily. But what you do recognize is an almost crawling on your skin of like your hairs on your arms rising up at the feel of dark energy of a god not of your own being called upon. Saul, with that, you know nothing. Gargan, with your initial roll, you don't quite know what's going on, but with your follow-up intelligence, this isn't so much a research thing. This is more so just something lingering in the back of your mind. Something that you remember of Martin. Something of a warning about this. That something about this feels a little unnatural. Mara shifts her form to those blood-tiered eyes again, before she bites into her own forearm, ripping a piece of flesh off down to the bone and placing that hand over Zin's mouth. Once her hand
Yeah.
reaches Zin's mouth, what was that?
Do you think we should stop her?
I think, yeah.
Who's going to try and stop her?
I guess I will.
And
Drake, yeah.
Derek would definitely head that way.
Yeah,
Who else is
'cause
heading
it's,
that way?
Derek.
Derek and Indrakia. So because
Derek,
Derek is
you,
his cousin.
Derek, you feel
I'll help him too.
Clemence's hand on your shoulder.
I feel
Well,
my hand on my shoulder.
Clemence's hand on your shoulder.
Okay. Like he's trying
And
to stop me or trying to console me?
stop you.
What are you doing? Why are you stopping me?
You look back and what you see on his face is make an insight check. At first you thought it was fear, and then you realize it is more of just pure shock. And you get the feeling that whatever is going on, he has some knowledge of whatever it is. And Drakei, as you go to make your way, you suddenly see a wall of smoke that forms in front of you, and as you go to cross it, it is solid as brick. And if you follow it to the edge of where it goes, you see Lazar, the instructor who was one of the instructors who gave you the quest to go find the fake gems. Simply peering past as he holds it in place, shaking his head at you.
I'll probably look at him puzzlingly and not try to force my way through.
Okay. Once her hand reaches Zin's mouth, the other hand pulls back to her necklace she's wearing, pulls it off, kisses it, and places it to Zin's forehead. Zin.
Yes.
Are you there? Okay. Zin, you find yourself in a field of bright flowers. As you walk amongst them, the smell of sweets in the air draws you forward. You hear elvish voices in the distance at the tree line past the field of tall grass and flowers. You feel a pull to go there, but feel a weight stopping you from being able to step for the moment. What's your first thought at this?
Peaceful. It's peaceful
Okay.
and can I see anything else or
You see trees off in the distance, and hear voices in the distance that you can't quite make out. Otherwise, not too much else.
can I go towards try to move towards the voices?
As you go forward, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and it turns you 90 degrees back to face them. And what you see as you peer up, you look at a 15-foot tall figure wearing pitch black robes, holding an 18-foot scythe in the other hand. They raise their hand with the scythe to push back their hood to reveal a giant skeletal face with one flaming blue eye and the other a flaming red eye with a black center. For all the terror that this image instills in you, you feel oddly calmed by this image. Zindi Rainmind. You have a choice. To your left, he points to the trees, is a family you never knew. Others like-minded of yourself. To your right, he motions back the other way, where you see a faint light in the distance. One of my own has linked us. However, it is up to you to choose. If you choose to return, I will guide you back, and you will return to your body and live out your days. However, if you choose this, you will do so at my servitude, bound to this calling that one day, when your time truly comes, you will serve as I had, as the ferryman to the souls of the darkness. What do you choose?
I accept to be your servant and return to my life as I used to know it, but serve you.
You see the flames go dark for a second and then brighten back up, almost like the eyes had closed, but there's no lids to close over them. He grabs your shoulder and spins you the rest of the way to face back, brings you to walk towards the light until you're about 30 feet away from it. He stops, hand still resting on your shoulder. This is as far as I may travel. Go now, and remember this oath that you have sworn. He releases his hand from your shoulder. As you walk the rest of the way and reach the light, the rest of you that are now gathered around see Zin's eyes fly open and a deep exhale, a breath from her as she begins to cough a few times before she regains her composure. The other thing you see is Mara immediately gets up and stumbles about 15 feet away, doubles over and begins to cough up a thick, dark black liquid over and over with the sounds of pain and the clear visible signs of fatigue apparent on her face. You watch as her form reverts to her natural human look, but the dark circles that form under her eyes grow deeper, as if you're looking at someone who has not slept in weeks. Her hair and nails grow out to an unnatural length before the coughing stops and she rolls over onto her side, doubled over, crying.
Zim would like to try to be like, thank you, and thank her for saving her.
One other thing. At this point, the smoke cloud has been removed by Lazar, and Clemens has let his hand off of you. The only one who might notice this, Derark, make a perception check.
Probably not.
No, not quite.
Yeah, I still got that smoke field in my way.
Oh no, that's been removed. But Zin, where One sec. I'll send you this separate.
Whatever you just put on my screen looks badass.
You can go from the Moon Empress to the Gatekeeper.
Sounds like.
Okay.
I have a question out of character. Does that mean that all of my spells are going to change as well?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. You're still a paladin.
Yeah, paladins aren't nearly like clerics. Clerics, if they change their faith, can end up changing their domains.
Yeah, I just thought if it's the oath of the Reaper, that it would be like cure wounds would not be a thing. I don't know. Just thought.
Oh no. But yeah, so as the others gather around you now, continue to see more and more students making their way across the field, more staff. You see some of your own instructors looking visibly severely wounded as they make their way from whatever they have been dealing with. And everyone make a perception check. Gargan, yours. Who else does not have dark vision?
Sybil?
Is it just you two? Yeah, okay. So just you and Sybil will be at disadvantage.
I
Everyone
get
else.
one bad roll, and then I get a good roll again.
Well, does Pell have dark vision?
I don't recall, but I'll roll it right now. It wouldn't matter. That's a nat 1 is a nat 1. Okay. So, Derark, Zin, wait. Zin, your check. Would that be what your check is? Because I don't think your effect applied. What is your perception? Okay. So yeah, yours
Status
would.
effect is still in place. It'd be at disadvantage.
So yeah, roll again. Just roll the d20s in. Yeah, that'll be the new roll. So, Derark, Saul. Actually, you're the only two who rolled high enough. What you notice is that among the wounded making their way across the field now, Lord Collingsworth is also among them, clearly almost soaked in blood, and leaving a trail behind him as he makes his way across the field.
Need to figure out where we need to go to group up with whatever we need for like being directed to the next step. Then, if they're all headed to the infirmary, I mean, most of us are able-bodied. I guess we could pack Zin to the infirmary for her, whatever recovery she needs for her exhaustion, and kind of regroup from there.
Yeah, most likely I'd be told to go to the infirmary in Drakei.
In Drakei, you would, Quark, you would probably get asked to assist if you're able.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Gargan, you would also be getting asked to assist if you are able-bodied enough.
Absolutely.
So Durark, Sybil, and Soul, if the three of you can sort of assist Zin in making her way over there.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Can you just quickly remind us who the first and last name of Morris and what we know about her to this point, and just repeat she bit her
Mara?
arm for a piece of
Mara Stormwind is the last name.
Mara Storm. All right, and what do we know about her so far?
So far, what you know is when you first encountered her, she was hanging around with the bubblegum princess, Sarah, and Cora James. Soul tried to get friendly and just be her usual chipper self, and for her efforts, Mara unleashed that form where her eyes just began to cry out blood and stretched wide and threatened her to stay away from Sarah.
Okay.
Then later, Zin, when you guys were in the mess hall, used your divine sense and got the sense of an undead flickering to and from existence around you as you were near her.
Yes, I do remember that. But up to now, we thought she was a student, right? I mean,
Yeah.
She's one of our fellow students, but we picked up there was sort of like a touch of undead or something.
Yes.
But now we know she's obviously more to her. And did you say she bit off a chunk of her own forearm and then put her hand over Zin's mouth?
Yep. Dripping whatever was coming out of her arm into Zin's mouth.
Okay. And is there any manifestation of that's on her now still?
Her form reverted back to that of the natural human form she had, but her eyes have gone sunken in dark and black. Like I said, it's
got it.
If you could just picture somebody who literally has not slept in about 15 to 20 days, and you watched as her face, when she switched back to her full human form, you'd seen it. She had full cheeks. She was very well cared for, and what you see of her now, her cheeks are sunken in. She looks gone.
Got it.
Would we be able to help her back to maybe the barracks or something? Or have the teachers taking care of that?
Lazar actually helped her up and was carrying her across the field.
And he's heading to the infirmary, I take
To
it?
the infirmary.
All right, I'll probably, Drake, I would probably go and help. Seeing that.
Okay. As you make your way to the infirmary, there is dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds of students and faculty as well, that are clearly in various signs of distress. Some that are not as injured as others are being quickly cared for and sent on their way to make room for those that are going to need more than just a simple potion or a simple heal, and that are going to need some actual time for treatment. as they go over, looking over various people, when they get to Zen, for everything that you've gone through, Zen, they do not find a single wound on your body. And they basically say, get some rest, dear. Go back to your room and simply get some rest. And, okay, somebody's got a lot of static kicking up.
It's Soul again.
Really? I don't know what's wrong with my mic right now.
Okay. Basically, they'll look you over. Spark, to get you to help out with some medicine, they will give you a quick cure wounds. Oh, you're full. Anybody else that's...
Taken. I should still have one spell slot left, correct? In Drake, yeah? Should, anyways?
let me see. I think you do.
Can't recall how many spells we use. I gotta...
Let me get out of... I know you did. Yeah, I think you have one left. If for some reason it didn't keep those.
Okay, because I would probably use... I think I can use Healing Word on a group of people, correct?
Uh,
Oh, it's just one creature?
yeah.
I'd probably use it on somebody who's, like, in critical condition.
Sure. There's honestly 3 or 4 options you got there you can pick from. So go ahead and roll your Healing Word. We'll burn that off. Zen.
Where'd it go?
Oh, I just
Clicks in-
noted off that you had used it. It's...
Oh, it took away all my spells. I needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once that goes to 0, it just, if you want to see it, just take one of those checks off again. But
Oh, okay.
it just, on the action tab, it just makes it so you don't cast something that you don't have enough slots for.
Okay, because I was just going to cast it and then...
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who it's used on, just somebody
Just
that's...
randomly on one of the people that are there. Zin, you still have a spell and your lay on hands.
Hey, whoever got it got, like, my max heal.
I
So I don't know
will.
if you apply
Sorry.
any of that to yourself.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll do my lay on hands.
All right, so that'll get you. And back to 11. Or no. Okay.
In all the chaos, Gargan looks around. Does he see any instructor that he would be comfortable asking a question to while this is kind of going on, even an injured one?
You see Wilda.
Yeah. So
holding the hand of Umber.
Okay. So I kind of kneel next to her and sort of help her comfort Umber. And as we're doing that, I kind of just turn to the side, turn to her, and I ask her, has this never happened at all the other years of this festival? Why was this different? I can't imagine if this happened before, we would repeat it every year.
You can see her she is clearly shaken by whatever she was going on through. She looks over at you and we've never held a festival like this. this was a special arrangement by Miss Palais and her friends. But no, nothing like this has ever occurred anywhere that I've ever been during the time of Halton Soul. Luckily, Lancel was able to banish the two liches.
Whoa. Sarah Play's just a student, right?
Yes.
How did... Wow. Was it just like sort of a student kind of being active and sort of getting a festival together kind of thing?
Well, you were there at the start of this. She was going through a deep depression, and it was Cora had suggested, we needed something to liven up the thing, and immediately she flung 180 into a dance. A dance would be wonderful. And oh no, a fair, and just ran off and began to try and work with the faculty to try and arrange for something. And over the next few weeks, you began to see the banners and see the adjustments on the campus as they began to make arrangements to put on a grand festival to try and rebuild the morale of the student body.
So possibly a coincidence that the festival was going on, but that this would have happened at this night regardless.
Possibly. Gargan,
Yes.
you were the one who searched the body of the leader, right?
I don't think I did. Somebody did. Yeah, I was going to ask, even though we didn't find the parchment on the leader's body, was the parchment still found?
If you ended up searching the other bodies, which I'd assume you would have by this point, you would have found, one sec. You would have found 5 such parchments.
All right.
I was the one who originally searched the leader's body.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, Clark, you would have found those copper pieces.
Okay, I've been like away from everything for about 7 minutes.
Okay. Can I get you to make a perception check, Quark?
Make a what?
Perception check. That should be good enough. Now that you're somewhere in a little more light, you notice something different about those copper pieces that you found. You're familiar with the minting and markings that are common in New Hope, both the Alrezen coins, which would be, for a copper piece, would normally be square, with the minting of the crest of New Hope on one side and almost the visage of the eastern-facing gate as you approach Alrezen, or the Eastern Trade Company version, which is more of a hex coin with ETC stamped on one side and a sailboat on the other for a copper. These copper pieces are 5-sided, with the front side showing a pyramid with an eyeball on it, and the tail side showing a spider with the 2 fangs of it painted blue.
As a devotee of the Grand Trader, would I know the significance of this?
Of either of these, no.
So I think the last time we said the parchment had runes on it.
It has a rune. All
Right.
5 parchments are identical.
All right. And
I'll drop them in the party treasure here.
is there anything Gargon could roll with respect to the history of the coin or the rune?
You already attempted the rune, even though you didn't have it at the time. You would have it now, but I'd say you've already made that check, and I think you rolled badly on the intelligence check that followed too, if I remember right.
Okay, I know I rolled a lot of bad stuff, so I think maybe it was for that. I think finally a history thing folded
If
off.
Quark is showing you those coins, let me get this out of the way. Go. If Quark showed you those, you could make a history check.
All right, let's give that a try.
Which I do.
And these.
All right. Yeah, that is more than enough for you recognize both symbols. The spider on the back you recognize as an older version of the symbol of the Queen of Darkness. Whereas the pyramid on the front with the eye, you recognize as the crest for the nation of Calderonia. I will spell that out for you.
Okay.
Which was the former Dark Elf underworld nation that fell nearly 300 years ago.
Does it feel like we're getting attacked by the past?
Seems to be a pattern, right? Weren't those electric beasts from the past as well?
Yep, and the lantern squirrels.
As were the squirrels.
Everything seems to be like should be dead and gone.
So if that Queen of Darkness is Loth, it's certainly an attack from the 1980s.
Well, and we were legit attacked by the dead, who were dead and gone.
So that is Loth, right?
That's what?
Loth, Lloth.
No, that is if you open up the reference guide under the Dark Gods, it is listed as the Dark Queen, although in reference for back then, it was always referenced as the Queen of Darkness, not the Dark Queen. And that the more modern version of the spider shows that half of it is black and half it is blue instead of the 2 blue fangs.
Where did you say we could look it up?
The College of Champions reference manual, under deities, under the Dark Gods. So yes, you've helped what you can. Basically, almost all of the senior staff that are involved in any of the healing arts have basically that are now capable are now working to do what they can to deal with the injured. Anybody who is not actively in need of urgent care, they're wishing that they would just return to your rooms for the night, and basically they're putting a curfew: do not come out until the sun comes up.
Would they need my help at the infirmary as a cleric?
I think if you're out of spells, then you really don't have much you can offer.
Other than basic medical care with my
Yeah,
medicine checks?
And it's like all of the senior staff are there now, doing what they can, which would be. They also have potions and other things they can use. So any of you younger, especially the first year students who really would be limited on what they could provide to help in these times, they're saying yes. Just please go back to your rooms, lock your doors, stay safe for the night. Do not come out until the sun comes up. Just in case there's anything that they've missed.
And how is you said Mara Jade, right? No, I probably just
Mara Stormwind.
Stormwind. I don't know why I said Mara Jade. I'll be alright. Stormwind. Is she still there or
She is still there.
Star Wars.
Yep, that's what it was.
You see Lazar literally just still standing with her, trying to console her. You see a few times he tries to hold up some water for her to drink, and she's literally just smacking her hands away, almost shocked at the sight of anything that gets too close to her.
I was just curious if she was like well enough to go and talk to, but clearly not. Yeah, I'll probably head back to the dorms.
Okay. Zin is also being released as, like I said, at this point, except for being a little tired, you are otherwise fine for the most part. So yeah, the party is free to go back to their dorm.
I think that's a night for us. We'll have to gather up in the morning.
Oh, that's weird. All right. All right. So yeah, make your way back to your dorms. You go to bed for the night. Does everyone go back to go to sleep? An attempt to start a long rest?
Yeah,
I
probably.
think everybody would be a good
All right.
idea.
Yeah.
We'd probably be so exhausted that we
Basically, when they started chewing everybody away, yeah.
Okay.
I think
So, yeah,
Vin's
you
gonna actually ask if Soul and her can do kind of like a sleepover.
If-
Soul will be fine with that.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, you can make room in your room for whichever one of you goes to the other one's room. Everyone settles in, gets settled down, packed for the night. You fall into a deep slumber, and you all feel yourself pulled into the void. After a moment, you find yourself standing in a familiar field, all but Pell. A field of tall willow bushes. a soft light at the far end of a path. Behind you, only more willows, except for Zin. Behind you is a wall of darkness that vision and light do not pass through, that stretches hundreds of feet into the sky.
Well, might as well do as last time. Make my way to the center.
Yep, that's what I was going to do.
I'll
Okay.
try to keep an eye out for anything different from last time, but I don't
Everybody
think there'll
heading
be
to the
anything
center?
different except for the center.
Everybody
try.
making your way to the center then?
Sure.
Carefully, because I don't remember the original
Great.
experience.
Oh, what was that?
I said carefully because I don't remember the original experience.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Some of these guys woke up with it where it was just like a weird
Oh, right. Zin,
dream-like.
Yes.
I think you said something right after that, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I said agreed.
Okay.
Sorry,
there
I'm
you go.
also trying to clean up my kitchen so I can cook, so I'm trying to do both at the same time, guys.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
Okay. It's out of the way. You make your way towards the light. At the middle, the same odd pinkish blue colored fire flickers with 8 seats around it. Seating on a chair made of 2 6-foot tall white feathers with 2 tangled pink vines forming the other legs, and a soft, fine pink pillow seat, sits a beautiful young woman with blonde hair that almost glows. She wears pink and white floral print lace dress with light violet roses above each ear, tied to a soft silk white ribbon that holds it in place. Around the fire sit a large stone chair with 2 fist-sized emeralds at the top of the back of it. A high-backed, well-made cherry wood chair with a red slide cushion on the seat, as well as one on the back. A simple desk chair that resembles those from your rooms. A tall stool with a small stair that leads to the seat. A princess-style, fine-crafted chair set with a stone base and a jet black gem at the center, above where the head would rest. A simple wooden chair with a thin layer of dust on it. And a flowing pillow of misshapen soft silk covered almost like a beanbag chair. Let me know once everyone has read what just popped up on their screens.
Yep.
We're at mine.
Okay.
Yep, all good.
Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. As you all take your seats around the fire, the woman looks up with a soft smile. Everyone make a wisdom save.
Oops, I rolled the wrong one.
Okay. You all feel at ease. Complete and total relaxation. As the woman begins to speak. I do apologize for not being able to be here last time. And unfortunately, we do not have long now. Her smile fades as she looks to the sky momentarily before it returns to the bright, cheery visage. Oh, where are my manners? I am the Maiden of Bliss, Goddess of Joy. It is lovely to meet you all. Although again, I must apologize for this location. There were few places that I was able to take action and truly hide and be safe where we were. And again, she glances at the sky momentarily. But even here, it will not be safe for long. Now I'm sure you all have some questions. I will try to answer what I can, but you will not have as long as last time.
Well, Maiden of Bliss, you seem to know us well, as the chair that I sit in is a reminder of my past. But what do you mean? We are encountering things that should be dead and gone, and you keep glancing towards the sky as something seems to be impending doom upon us.
Well, if you glance at the sky, you notice that you remembered last time the sky seemed to almost be still, whereas this time the clouds in the sky are whizzing past, almost like time is accelerated here. Let's see here. As you speak about the things from the past, I can confirm that the rodents you encountered are most indeed gone from your world now. I cannot confirm if that will remain true forever, although I do believe that it is linked to the Shadow Realm and a land beyond time that has possibly to do with the creation of this place as she holds her arms out around her. May have allowed long forgotten and once again great risks to find their way to the mortal world. Any other questions?
Why us?
You can see she pauses for a minute to ponder this question. As she glances around at you one at a time before saying, one of my devoted began a task to protect this realm from a danger that they sensed even before I did. I reached out for what I could, and something in each of you has called to me that you may hold the answers to solve those puzzles and protect the mortal realm once again.
Even me? That seems unlikely.
You see a soft chuckle fill her face, and she just looks at you. And even the smallest of creatures, those that are true of heart, are still capable of greatness. And you, young one, for all your stature, hold great promise, as your mother once did.
My mother or my adopted mother?
Both, actually.
Are there others in the school that have been here?
To this exact place, no. I do know that there are others. Other deities that have begun to reach out in ways to gather forth those that they feel will be able to aid in this. The oak, the anvil, the warrior, and the knight, and all of the keepers have reached out.
I'm asking out of character. She said that this has happened before, correct? That we're going.
Not that this has happened before. That things that once threatened the world have found their way back now, and that she feels that something got set in motion when she created this place, as it exists neither in the Fae, in the realm of the gods, or in the mortal realm. It exists sort of in a space outside of all realms, but intersected with all of them at once.
Oh, okay. Because I was curious if I could, if there would be a history that I could have checked up on something similar to this happening,
Uh,
or rumors, or what I could have read in like a story or something like that.
uh, let's see here. What can she tell you about that? As this has not happened before, but many of the events have happened, just not overlapping. I can only say two things. One, not all roads lead to danger. And two, and you can see a shiver go up her spine. Beware the first snow. As you have seen.
I ask her, of the of the well-known and powerful around us, are there any that would be trying to upset your plans or interfere with your mission?
Mine, as many others' visions, have been obscured to a level. I feel there is something directing these events. As my young charge set forth to gather individuals that he deemed adequate to the task. Although I feel it may have been too much for one man.
Would we know this person?
Everyone can make a history or intelligence check if you don't have history.
General history or just any specific history?
General history. Okay, Sybil, Saul, and Gargan. Gargan, you come to the belief with that you something definitely rings true, that you were put to this task to investigate it. But even though you reached out to people, you cannot remember why or who put you on it. Saul and Sybil, however, come to a slightly different conclusion. Oh, come on. Saul, did you get that, or do you need me to fix the 20 or so spelling mistakes?
Correct the spelling mistakes, because while I can make an assumption of what you said, I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that a lot better.
Okay. I realized as soon as I hit it, I'm like, there are way too many letters that don't belong.
It's good enough for this one. The last
Okay.
one was a mess.
Yeah. And Sybil would also have come to that conclusion. I'm just not sure what you would chime in with about that.
Wait, you're asking me if I would have told the group this?
Yes.
I would be vague about it. I wouldn't give
Okay.
any details, but I would outline the general situation.
Okay. So if you want to put it in your own words, or do you want me to basically cliff notes it?
Cliff notes it.
Okay. Basically, and this is something that would come as a no surprise as Saul begins to outline it, the group has multiple times been informed that there is a threat to the school and that it is believed to have come from within. With that tidbit of information, Gargan, I'll allow you to make one more intelligence check here. Honestly, you need a 12.
You barely made that check, Gargan.
Yep.
Almost late means on time.
I'll leave that at that for you, Gargan, for you to do with as you will. However, the sky above you begins to turn dark, with streaks of blended golden and deep purple lightning shooting across it, before the maiden turns to look at you all and simply say, "Away now." And the world vanishes, and you return to your own minds and bodies. Takes us to the morning. 1 second.
I was going to say, how likely is it that I'm still asleep?
Very. And everyone gets a long rest.
Boy, we're waking up super late.
Well, you had to get your actual.
We went to bed super late.
We're all gonna remember this in the morning.
This time, yes.
Okay, it's not like the last time. All right, that's what I was curious about.
There we go. Zin, your first level of exhaustion that you had accrued is now drained away. You are down to 4 levels of exhaustion.
Wow.
Well, as you awake, looks like I will have to drop some things into all of your inventories. Give me a second, as we are at the first of the month.
Yay! It's payday.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to take the leap that I saw the perhaps a little gasp of recognition from Soul, as she learned what I learned, and I ask if she can go into the other voice channel.
Okay. So, Sol, yeah, if you want, you can exit out of this channel and go and join Gargan in the
College
COC
channel. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Let's see if
Okay.
that lets us do it.
The Horny Boys channel.
Let's see if I can figure out how to change that on this.
I think you just X on this one.
And switch into the other one, College of Champions. Because I'm doing it on my phone, it's a little tougher because I'm still having trouble with the microphone on the computer. But I'll be
He
trying
might be able to drag you.
Yeah, let me see what I can do here.
See if you can just tap on the other one and see if it'll let you join and automatically move you out of this one.
Yeah, it should with the phone.
Yep. Okay. Oh. Strangely enough, I think this time it's mostly just money that you get. I think a few of you got items, but oh, there's one thing I gotta grab that. Alright, 1 sec. They need me in the other room for a minute.
Need change for the soda machine?
Kinda. Gotta have exact change to be able to buy what I want to buy. And it won't let you do multiple. You gotta drag it each time.
Pain in the butt.
Did everybody leave?
No, just those 3 left because apparently some knowledge they got insight on, so they're.
Big hush hush secret that we're not allowed to know yet.
Oh, okay. I was like literally just stopped cleaning and like chopping everything for dinner, and came back and it was just like silent. What the
We
hell?
were waiting on you, don't you know?
Oh,
Listen, you'd be waiting forever.
Zin didn't roll a history or intelligence check.
No, I was I was listening, but not really
I don't
listening.
know if that was mandatory or not.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it was like if you want to.
Because he didn't word it like if you wanted to. I thought he said if you didn't have history, you roll intelligence, but I could
Yeah, I
just.
think he did. It was more to get, I think, give us the opportunity to learn something.
Ooh. The holy symbol of the gatekeeper.
You've been converted.
I'm a badass bitch now. Fine.
Convert.
I can still heal people, but like apparently I'm against that. So.
So you're against bringing people back from the dead.
Oh yeah, like what's dead should stay dead. So.
Yes.
Y'all thought I was dead.
No, we all saw you were dead.
There's a difference.
You were dead. Like, there's no getting around the dead.
Yeah, I was dead. Okay, so because I was kind of, excuse me, all over the place. I have a pop-up that says Zin's chair.
So we went back. Oh, you weren't part of the original circle thing, were you?
Original circle.
She showed up after we had that brawl in the mess hall. Well, no. Like,
I
well
think it was like
after.
Yeah,
I
because
think
she
it
came
happened
in
the
after
first
me
episode.
because she got tied in on my character.
Yeah. And you guys weren't there for the dream sequence that we had.
Well, I was
No.
there for the one dream sequence.
Yeah, because she showed up like the next session after you, right?
Yep, I believe so. Basically, a deity. Well, I mean, the deity's listed. It's the one of bliss. If you look in the deities under the main deities, under the college champions.
Okay.
So the deity that just talked to us, it was the Maiden of Bliss.
Okay. And then what's with the Zin's chair thing?
So the maiden, basically, we don't know why, but she chose, basically, it seems like a reference for each of us, because my chair was my father's chair.
Okay. Mine sounds pretty badass.
Yep. The only sort of weird, well, it's every one of these is a reference to basically what felt like home to you. Which the
Okay.
fact that Sybil went and sat in the desk chair from the rooms that you got when you first got to the dorms is kind of sad in its own right.
Oh, that would make sense, though, because of her background being
Yeah.
a street urchin.
Okay. So yes, as you rouse in the morning, everybody got your long rest. All your spells are back. Everyone is back to full health. Zin, you still have 4 levels of exhaustion to keel off. In the morning, before you get to go to breakfast, getting up at the bright early hour of 10 a.m., a few hours late for Gargan and Quark's normal wake-up times.
And Derek's.
And Derek's.
Derek likes food early.
Hell meets you outside of the dorm. You can see he is more jittery than normal. Or sorry, you can see that they are more jittery than normal. Hell simply states, the college has become slightly more terrifying than anything I have ever encountered in the Feywild. I received a letter from my grandfather today stating that as I have not done anything to harm the family name in my time here, I am welcomed back and I am opting to take my grandfather up on that task. There's much that I will miss, and I don't have to worry about various long dead things attacking me day and night. Pretty much anytime I'm not in bed. Perhaps we will meet again in the future, if you ever visit the Feywild by chance. I will keep a few reminders of this place. And he opens up a bag and shows a few bottles of booze that he has stalled away and wishes you all the best.
That was good knowing you.
Yep. Bye,
Safe
pal.
travels.
Till we drink again.
Okay. One thing that the rest of you do find in your mailbox that wasn't noted because it's all of you receiving the same thing is a letter to please come to the staff administrative building when you at noon.
All right.
So basically, grab food and go to staff building. Got it.
Yeah.
Shit, we woke up so late. We're gonna be hitting lunch.
So yeah, if you want to make your way over, grab a bite.
Who was it that I think it was Gargan that knew about the items that we were supposed to uh, be getting? Like special items that were. I forget who told him about it.
Oh, they mentioned it's not items, it was you would begin to accrue your credits. No one has any credits yet. You'll get your first allotment sometime in the middle, towards the middle of the month, because your instructors will actually be explaining that more. You can certainly consult the admins to explain it to you now when you go to meet with them.
Oh, I was talking about. I think almost everybody had theirs except for me. I thought it was my pendant, but it's supposed to be my father's signet ring.
Yes.
Oh, our family items.
Yeah, and your letter should help explain why you didn't get it the first month.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, the details of your chair should help explain a few other things.
Yeah. I was reading that. I read that. Don't worry. I was
Okay.
just like I
Can someone
remember
explain to me? Sorry. Can someone explain to me what the chair thing was? I saw the note and things, but like I had to leave briefly and then come back, so I'm not sure what that was about.
Basically, everybody's individual chair that was around the fire was something from their past or present that just was a reminder of more or less their happiest moment or a moment connected to the thing that brought them the most joy.
Okay. And did that have any impact on the conversation or us or?
Vaguely, I used it as a reference.
Yeah, Derark, Zin, Gargan, Quark, and Drake. I think everyone except for, well, like I said, Sybil's was just kind of sad.
mine's not too happy either. If you read it, doesn't seem too happy. Like,
But it does
other than if I'm a masochist, I guess.
It does start to paint a little bit of a picture of your past.
Yeah.
I can't find a note again. Where is it?
It would be under records in, I believe, story.
I can literally drop yours on your stories on your journal if it's not there already.
I can't find it.
There, it's on your
Aaron.
stories now under your journal.
Thank you.
Oh, that actually works a lot easier if it's there.
And I'll go and drop them there for everybody too. I just wanted to make sure they actually popped up on the screens in front of you all.
So the question is going to be: is any of the shops going to be even open? Because you said one of the, I think Strand, he was in the combat. And he was looking a little rough because he's one of the quartermasters. No, he's one of the instructors.
He's the evening one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a quartermaster. Not that I'm super worried about that, but be
Yeah.
interesting to know if the shops are all closed up.
You could stop by and see if it's open.
I think I'll stop by after meal, and apparently since we're on a timeline to go get the hit the admin building, we'll check it out if we have time after.
All right. So get your food in. So you still have a little over an hour to kill before you're supposed to go meet up at the admin building.
I mean, I guess make a round of the campus real quick. Check the shops, because we don't know all what was going on in that darkness. We just had our little thing. So if we kind of just did a little walk around the campus, roundabout way to the admin building.
I probably was going to say I'd look for like one of the instructors to see if they needed a quick hand with something.
So if you do stop by the quartermaster shop, it is currently closed. There is a sign up. Literally just says should be back tomorrow, and you can see a barred up gate blocking the counter so nobody can get behind there.
I've got 4 words to pass my time. Calisthenics.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah, most likely my travels would go to the infirmary to see if I could help out there before heading where we got to go. If there's no other teachers or anything around.
I'm a little sore after last night, after getting the crap kicked out of me.
Who's asking? Was that Andrakia?
Andrakia, sorry.
Let's see here. Would any of the staff be around for you? You would see Wilda assisting Umbert, and now that you're able to see him better, he is missing a hand. Thomas Waterfield, you're the head of the clerics. You do see him. Out and about.
Okay. I'd probably go up and ask Thomas if there's anything I can do before noon to help out.
He'll greet you and simply go. Literally, you just see him looking you over for a minute and. You see him somewhat choked for words, and he asks you a very simple question. How old are you, Indriki?
Yeah, that's one thing I cannot remember. I believe I said...
It's under your notes.
I think I said 25, but just let me double check. Yep, 25.
And you can see him looking you over again and going, that's a good age. That's a good age. Enjoy your day, and tomorrow, if you feel so inclined, please stop by the prayer hall and we'll see if you can assist with some things.
Well, thank you. I believe I'll head to the infirmary to see if I can help.
And you see him walk away as he wipes a tear out of his eye.
Is everything okay? Sorry, my throat's kind of being weird today.
You know, I feel so guilty because I was going to spend the hour arguing why it's just 1 minute after 11. I can't get him a griddle. And then in Drakei does that. So
you can see he just takes a second to collect himself and he pauses for just a second and just goes, keep an eye on the youngest among you. And stay safe. And he goes on his way.
Okay. Well, then I'd probably just head to the infirmary to see if I can help for a bit. That'd probably be what I would do until we have to meet up at the admin building.
Okay, let's see here. They will certainly put you to use. They will have you attending to some of the wounded that they were not quite able to completely take care of. If you can give me 3 medicine checks.
Okay, you said 3 of them?
Yeah.
Wisdom is.
Oh.
Oh, I do it.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate the help, kiddo.
Oh.
And
You do that.
3.
3.
Okay.
Oh, so you're only trying to kill one. Got it.
First one, they have you just trying to perform some stitches on somebody whose wounds did not close, and
I pop more.
for a
Great.
small flubbing here and there that maybe might leave a little more scarring than intended. You do get the wound closed. The second one, they have you working on the unfortunate task of cauterizing yet another individual who is missing a limb. You do complete the task and do so with relative little pain to them. And the third one, you manage to find a way to somehow get them to take down their medicine that you had to press and administer as a liquid from a powder. But otherwise, yeah, you get through the task and go to meet up with everybody to make your way over to the admin building. So, making your way over to the admin building. As you go to enter, of course, the doors are locked shut. Upon hearing the doors attempting to be opened, Miss Fawnhopper makes her way over and lets your group in. For those of you that have seen Miss Fawnhopper in varying degrees of mindset, there were a few things that always stood out as common. Always in her floral prints, always bright and chipper or dismissive.
Not around me.
Dismissive, I said.
Okay.
But still always focused to a task. You see her adorned in a black dress with a black lace veil obscuring her face. And even to Saul, she simply greets you with a nod and guides you in.
As respectfully as I can, I give her the wide berth,
Okay.
so as not to upset her.
She leads you all up the stairs, around the corner, up to the next level, and to two grand wooden doors that, still without saying a single word, opens the doors and allows you in for your first time actually being to this place, Lord Collingsworth's office. All manners of books on the shelves, many scattered about on the floor in random piles. Behind a large 10-foot long desk sits Lord Collingsworth in a grand chair. You have seen Collingsworth upset. You have seen Collingsworth jovial. You've seen him focused. This is the first time you see him, even when he was upset with Mr. Shadowwright and made it very clear, he still was able to maintain his composure. The man you see before you looks like a broken man. As he simply waves you in. Greetings, students. I heard from Clemis that you availed something from the field. A light or source of what happened last night.
Yes, sir.
What you saw, was it a portal or a gate? Did it stand horizontal or lay vertical? Did it lay horizontal or stand vertical? Did the light shine in both directions? Did it meet the ground? What color was it? Any details would be helpful.
Well, while I'm sure that Gargan could provide much more detail, it was approximately 2 to 3 meters across, laying on the ground. There were a dozen runes in flashing in a pattern that we could barely discern. It was purplish, right?
Yes.
Agreed.
Did you see anything enter or only exit?
I only saw creatures exiting.
You can see he lowers his head at that state. Did it actually touch the ground?
I think it was hovering over the ground, if I remember.
Very well. A lot of you have performed a great service. Can I get all of you to make an insight check?
Wow.
Thank you, Sybil.
I
And
believe
Android,
I believe the sound effect I'm looking for is.
So only Sybil and Andraki passed. Okay. Andraki, what would you have learned from this?
Well, I believe I learned the religion was, oh my gosh, I want to say the dark one.
No. This
Oh.
is in regards to Collingsworth.
Oh, okay. I thought my mistake. I thought you were talking about if there was anything more we could provide for information.
No, he's got enough details there. With that, you would definitely know he seems to be choosing his words very carefully, and he seems to be hiding something. More so than, well, what you normally would expect of him when you've encountered him before. Sybil, what would she end up sharing, if anything, and who of what she figured out? That would be true, Quark. All right, I'll deal with that in a minute. I must thank you all for your efforts. You see, he grabs at his throat a few times with last night. And at this distance, you do see the clear markings of bruising around his neck.
Is there something you wish to tell us about the events of last night?
I still have a few of the staff members investigating. I hope to know more by the end of the day, but for now, you have my gratitude, and I feel the reward is in order. He draws forth and pulls out a small chest and a sack and pushes them over to you. I'm dropping that. Oh, would anyone have mentioned the parchments?
I thought that was already kind of like mentioned.
Oh, no, you didn't actually mention it, but if you are, I will take them off the sheet now, and
Well, I don't. Well, I wouldn't have the parchments. So who had them?
Quark.
Yeah. So that'd really be up to
Oh, no,
Quark.
Quark had searched the other one, so this would have been collectively just as you searched the other bodies because it was on
I
3
I had the
random.
coin. Everybody else searched the other body.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably give him my parchment that I had.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if he looks them over, they are all identical. And as you see him look them over, you see his face go ghost white before he literally just crushes them in his hands.
Something
Thank
wrong,
you.
Lord Collinsworth?
Is something from our past?
Huh?
I said something wrong, Lord Collingsworth. Something from our past?
I also found these on what appeared to be the leader.
At least the strongest among some.
Uh, you hear him say something under his breath that none of you apparently are familiar with. The language.
Uh, what was that?
You can see he looks up and just says, "An old proverb. I will have to seek out an old friend." Thank you, and okay, is something missing here? Did I grabbed the wrong one? Oh, I grabbed the wrong one, that's why.
Would any insight roll suggest the old friend is Martin?
Alright, so yes. If anybody wants to open the party sheet to the party treasure.
Yep, I have it open right now.
Okay. So a few items are there, along with a bunch of coin that just got added.
Yep. Quite a bit.
I can convert to silver if you want to make it a little easier.
It probably wouldn't hurt because most things aren't really well, especially stuff we're going to use the party funds for. Usually are either gold or something.
Only matter to me.
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
So the things that were added, it's that unidentified item, correct?
Which one?
There's only one on the party sheet, or well, there's 3 of them,
Okay.
but they're all in one group. Were the waterbone gauntlets just added?
Yes.
The only
Okay,
thing that was there, I think, were the pearls and the mini keg.
Okay, so we
Wait.
got a diamond. What is a tangled foot bag?
Basically, a glue bag.
Oh, okay.
This size bag full of sticky goo that glues to the target on the ground. You can throw a tanglefoot bag at a creature within 13 feet that's standing horizontal. Make a ranged attack if successful with an improvised weapons check. On a hit, they are restrained for 1 minute. They can end the condition early if they make a DC 10 strength saving throw to break free of it, or if another creature makes a check to break them free of it.
Okay. So those 3 items we're gonna have to go either get identified or see if Dargan can maybe identify them.
I was gonna say it's good for locking down wizards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just considering the circumstances, do you think he would just tell us what they are so we don't have to use up resources to figure it out?
You're real quiet, Gargan.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't hear a word you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yep.
It is?
Sorry. The one fully unidentified item now should have a detail for it.
Yep, it does.
Rory put too much effort in there. There is also another item you will see. That you have one of in the party that has a very similar description that you might be able to identify by comparing it to something else you have. Sparkling clear gem.
I was gonna say it doesn't compare to anything in my inventory.
On the party treasure.
I was gonna say, does it compare to the other diamond?
Yes, it does.
Oh, there we go. Oh, is there anything significant about the silver nose ring with the topaz gem in it, or is it just like jewelry? Or maybe Gargan could do an Arcana check on it?
Yeah, Gargan or Soul could attempt Arcana on it. Or I would allow one to assist and the other one can roll with advantage.
All right. I like that.
Does my time spent in my gem cutting class give me any advantage to identifying the gems?
How many hours are you up to now?
Not sure.
If that doesn't work, I'll try the intelligence.
Who was asking about gem cutting? That's
Derek,
right?
Yep. Because I did take the jewelry class.
I'd allow you to make a roll at +1. Basically half proficient because you're basically right there.
Let's see. I'll just roll it with then do a +1. Nope, not happening. Apparently, I haven't encountered those jewels yet.
Oh no, sorry. This would not be a dex related because this would be identifying on site. It'd be more of an intelligence check. Still no.
I'm gonna
Oldie.
I'm gonna hit
You know
I'm gonna
what,
hit the
um,
library though, because I'm
you know
after those things. I'm
they-
gonna be studying
they
or
are
I'm gonna be asking instructors.
I stand corrected. I just realized what type of gem it is. That is enough to get it.
Lydian.
I was gonna say, I'm guessing petrified squirrel droppings.
Say,
Um,
do they consider obsidian a stone or not? Because that would be more my stone cutting line.
it is a gem.
Dang,
At least at this size, it's a gem.
gotcha.
Did we get anywhere with the nose ring?
Uh,
Because I was going to say, if it's not, we could let Soul take a crack at it.
well, I think he
Sure.
already rolled with advantage, so he got the benefit of Soul's health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Never
what I
mind.
figured.
So, you feel like you might be able to find some more details in the library. Looking up common and uncommon, something related to common and uncommon jewelry, various, what different gems or what different gems might invoke certain things to see if it could be of something of magical nature.
Well, I could.
Would this be like a religious item, possibly?
Well, I can do detect magic as a ritual. I just didn't do it now because we're in the guy's office.
Yeah, but don't you consume a pearl doing that?
No,
No,
not
that's
for the
Oh,
identify.
detect magic. Yeah, I gotcha.
Um,
I just thought in
you
game
can.
yeah.
It does detect as magical, as does the gauntlets.
So I mean, I have to identify it. I just didn't think we would do that in his office, you know. Just because it's like he's right there and we're going through these illustrations.
He is willing to identify it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I just figured in game he would just tell us what this crap is, but
I was just waiting to see if anyone would actually ask.
That's fair. None of us.
I thought I did.
If you guys didn't ask, you were welcome to use one of the pearls that you got in the package.
Yeah. My
Gargan did say it, but I think he's because he's so quiet right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the phone. Yeah. I basically asked him. I said I figured he would.
Yeah. He'll identify it for you and cast that, and then there you go.
Like a piercing to make you feel all happy.
Man, gotta move the combat tracker out of the way.
Wow, it's just reading up on that nose ring.
So who's the one that didn't have the family heirloom thing? Because this would take the place of our heirlooms.
I think everybody has an item now.
Yeah, I just got mine in my package.
But you can't. If I was reading attunement right, you can only attune to one item, right?
3, but only one per type. So you could wear 2 rings, one on each hand. You can only wear 1 necklace. You could only wear 1 suit of armor. You could only wear 1 helm or circlet.
Okay.
So you can't wear like 3 rings. or 2 belts.
Would I be able to get Collingsworth to tell me more about the signet ring that I got? Or is he just willing to do what he's giving us?
He's willing to take a quick look at it.
Okay.
Where is it on your sheet?
Well, I have it equipped right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it on your.
Second from the bottom. I gotta reorganize all my stuff because all my room stuff's right in the middle.
Oh. You must have it filtered a different way because you're on only showing you're equipped. That's why it's 4 from the bottom on when I'm looking at it.
Oh, well.
So I just used a special character to move the stuff I wanted at the top of my sheet, as its location is just an asterisk to move it up the top of my sheet.
Yeah, he identifies that for you. 1 sec. It is. Dang. Save. Ring of Mind Shielding.
This takes what, how long does this take to attune? Let's see it.
You can choose to attune to it if you focus your energy into it during a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, when I get a chance, I'll probably try and attune to it.
Oh, so yes, if anybody is putting the other one in, you will need to go see someone on campus to give you a nose piercing.
Which, who would most...
Actually, if everybody's willing to consent, I'll take it.
Fine with that.
Who was that just said that they take it?
Mark said he'd take
Mark.
it. And I think it's most fitting based upon the description and the character.
Yeah, because... Yeah, that'd be... Or someone who's just, like, got the highest AC that can teleport and just try and take the blow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be the only other candidate, but I don't know if that my character would want a nose ring.
Yeah. I'd probably say, yeah, give it to Quark.
Okay. The gauntlets.
Do those need attunement or no?
They do not need attunement.
We could probably just keep them in the party inventory
so
until
just
we
hang on
need
to
it.
Party.
The 10-foot bag, if anybody's going to take that.
Is anybody going to use Tanglefoot, or we just want to sell it off to our quartermaster?
I think
Might come-
Tanglefoot's kind of useless.
I would agree.
Okay. The 2 pearls.
For ever in a need to identify stuff, we'd
I was going to
probably...
say, give those to Gargan.
I was
Gargan.
gonna say,
Yeah,
just pass
Gargan.
him off to Gargan because he's the one that's going to need him the most, and if he'll share if he
Well-
needs to. So,
Yeah, Gargan should have him.
Okay.
is the obsidian just used as a gem, or is it actually used as components?
I don't believe any of you has anything that would use obsidian yet. I don't remember if anything does. The diamonds, I'm assuming those are both going to Andrakii?
Yeah, most likely. I don't get Revivify until what level?
5.
That's a third level
Level 5.
spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be good to have with me until then, because I don't think I have any
Yeah.
spells I can use it right now.
No.
But if we find somebody that can cast it and we need to use it, we'll have it with me.
Yeah. All right. So. Okay, and you're going to be selling the Tanglefoot bag, you said, and just leave the gauntlets in the party treasure for now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need them right now. We can leave them there.
Yeah, we haven't really gone on water lately. If we know we're going to be, then we'll think about it then.
Okay, one second. River's going to freeze up for a second while it splits up all this coin. All right. Oh, why did this not go? Oh, because I put a space. Right. Okay, seriously, why is this not going over?
Quark, you broke it.
Huh?
Something's going on. You were
Right.
not getting your nose ring.
Well, now you got it. All right, Stu. Just taking a second to clean up some of the chaos that is my notes right now.
Do we know of anybody that can do the nose piercing?
Uh, I'm going to go with the only likely options. Saul, go ahead and make an intelligence check. Never mind, Sybil knows one. I was like, those are the only two I could see possibly. Yeah, you and Sybil both know somebody who you think can do it. Actually, Quark, if you're willing, Sybil is more than happy to test out her skills as an amateur piercist.
What the hell?
This piques my interest too. I'm willing to try this.
Oh no, you just know somebody who has it. I just feel like that seems like a Sybil thing to do. So yeah, when
But no.
when you leave here, she invites you to come to her room. She has some tools she can try.
Okay.
Failed piercing check. Roll 2d6 for damage.
Well, to be fair, my original thought was she might try and use a piton.
Probably.
But no, she does have a few things actually that she's held on to that she can attempt this with.
Leather punch.
No, she actually has a small needle for some bizarre reason that she picked out of someone's pocket.
Alrighty.
All right.
Hey, I found
So
this random needle. Let me stick you with it.
I found this needle in someone's pocket. Here, let me shove it in your face. What could go wrong with this plan? DC is 10, actually, because she is perfectly capable of doing this, and in fact, does it very well, perfectly aligned, and you are able to get your nose ring in. All right. As you're leaving Collingsworth's office, Sybil is going to grab Saul and hold her back a minute. And offer up a small question.
Okay.
Once everybody's sort of out of shot, except for the two of you hanging back, she pulls out a small envelope from her pocket and says, "This place is insane. I think we need a getaway." And she opens up the envelope and hands you the note inside. This is Sybil's reward from finishing first among all rogue students on the scavenger hunt. It is a weekend pass, expenses paid trip to Alrezen.
Ooh.
It includes I have to adjust it now for no pal. 3 venue choices. Accommodations safe travel both ways. The first is to the Golden Goose Inn in the city center. 3-night stay in a suite, along with 25 gold pieces per party member for shopping expenses. This room includes a butler service to arrange safe travel to shopping in the city, as well as safe travel from the city and a guard to stand outside of the hidden guard that will remain hidden but stand outside as a lookout while you are shopping and in your room. Second option is to stay at Wolf House in Southern Grace. Two-night stay in a suite plus. It includes 40 gold piece credit per party member for shopping, includes a butler and access to any events that occur at Wolf House are privy to, as well as safe travel to and from the city, and a guard that will remain standing on lookout. The third option is to stay at Dare to Lay Your Hand Hall in the Warren Watch, 3-night stay in a grand room. Includes 35 gold pieces per party member for shopping or for use in the game room, aka the casino, as well as safe travel to and from, and a guard that will stand watch only outside of the room at night.
That's a lot of information. I think I need to be able to see that on paper in order to contemplate it.
Okay. And feel free to make a check on History All Resend to see what you know of these places.
Yay!
The only one you would know for sure is Wolf House, as you've been there recently with the party dropping off a box. On that, with where Saul would have accompanied, you would know a little bit about the Golden Goose Inn. So let me grab what you would know about that. Golden Goose Inn is a 6-story building that appears to be made out of gold brick that stands in the city center. You wouldn't know much about the owner. Roll a d4 for me. Okay. You would know 2 of the wait staff that work there, though. Trish Morton, a human female 25, and Osin Honeyfoot, a halfling male 38. Hosen is incredibly muscular for a halfling. In fact, you've seen him assist security in throwing people physically out of the building. You know they are well known for their elven wine. And that the inn does include a shop. Which, when you've stopped by before, didn't exactly have a ton of stuff. It was more so just a drinking hall that occasionally might have something around that's worthwhile. What you know of Wolf House is what you know, remember from when you guys went in there and you were escorted off the property by the ogre security guard. And you would not be too familiar with Dare to Lay Your Hand. I believe Sybil might be, though. She is fairly familiar with it. She can tell you that it is in the Warren Watch, so it is outside of the realm of the area of the city that the guards technically control. It is more so the militia that run security in the streets. And that the name of the building is named exactly for what it is. That is, if you dare to lay your hand on something that belongs to the hall, you will be leaving with one less hand.
And just to make sure, this is only for me and Sybil, right?
This is for the entire party.
The entire party? Okay. And I'm making a choice here? For the entire party?
Or you could see what the party say, that you could encourage her, try and persuade her to say that the entire party should be involved in the decision.
No, the Soul wouldn't be likely to do that. I want to, but Soul wouldn't do that. Since Sybil pulled me aside to specifically talk to me about this, she wouldn't go for it. Can I know more about actually, did I Because I feel like since I know that the Golden Goose Inn is like pretty what's it called, average on everything, and also
Yeah.
also one more thing. So it says, so Wolf House says in the description 40 GP credit, but the other two doesn't say credit. It just says the amount of GP. So it's like, does that
Oh,
mean
sorry.
like?
And that is specifically that you can use. Sorry, and it's 40 gold GP per party member, or effectively a total of times 7, two, yeah, 280 gold as a credit that you can spend at the shop or at the events at Wolf House during your stay.
I remember a lot about Wolf House.
Russian mob gambling house.
It was, well, there is some element of that. You do know that they were going to charge you 40 gold just to enter the hall where there was potentially some sort of gaming event going on. But this does say you also get access to whatever events are going on, included on top of your 40 gold piece per person credit.
This is also similar to like Dare to Lay Your Hand in that.
Yes and no. It's what you saw of it was basically you were delivering the crate that was from Null that was to repay a debt he owed, that when it broke open, the approximate value of what you saw inside was somewhere in the neighborhood of 250,000 gold. That he went specifically to give to you guys, sight unseen, to deliver under the belief that he believed Derark would not open this thing until it got to where it's going. And to make sure that he did not deliver it himself, and to make sure it was not delivered through official school means.
All right, so what I'm thinking is Golden Goose is pretty average. Wolf House is like, it's both shady and like extravagant, but it's also like we have bad reputation already. We got thrown out, right? So
Well, you got thrown out because you didn't have any money to get in there.
okay. So there wasn't.
It was 40 gold. You guys asked about going downstairs, and it was 40 gold a person just to go downstairs. Whatever happened to be down there. But that fee is actually covered on top of the 40 per person credit, because it's access to events. Dare to Lay Your Hand, Sybil would know for a fact, is a full-on casino. Multiple leveled casino gambling hall.
I don't get it. What's the difference between that and the game room?
Wolf House?
What's the difference between that and the Wolf House game room?
Wolf House game room, none of you have actually been there. It was hinted at that it was a casino, but this specifically states that you're invited to whatever access to the events that take place, which imply that it may not be a casino, it may be some other thing altogether. Also, what you can tell by the location, Golden Goose in the city center, this is like where the city council is. It is also directly next to the Grand Market. So it is the quickest access, and that is why you'll have safe travel and a security to walk and make sure your stuff gets back to your room safely if you buy in the market instead. Wolf House is in Southern Grace, which is the southeastern corner of the city. It is also basically where all the well-to-do live. Dare to Lay Your Hand is in the Warren Watch, which is the southwest end of the city, which is not even controlled by the city guard. It is controlled by the militia and the Fighters Guild and the Thieves Guild.
So
The difference is Dare to Lay Your Hand is public gambling, where Wolf House is more theater hotel with private gambling. Potentially.
If it's gambling, no one says it's gambling. You are invited to event.
Yeah, for all we know, it could be a strip club.
I am very, very curious about those events, honestly. But like, but like realistically, I feel like our party would stand out like black on white if we went to Wolf House.
Wolf House, yes. Wolf House, from what you saw of the people in there, it was all people in tuxedos and suits and ball gowns in the main lobby.
Oh god.
Golden Goose, while it is a building made of gold, it is. You know that from the outside you see the royal blue curtains flowing out of the open windows from time to time. It is in the city center, but it is not considered to be the most upscale of places by comparison. Wolf House, by reputation, is very upscale. Dare to Lay Your Hand is picture more of 1970s Vegas.
Ugh.
And with her check, Sybil would know one other thing. She would know the owner of Dare to Lay Your Hand. Olin
then
Cabrera, a human male, with always wearing a long black trench coat that shimmers as he walks, hair black as night, and his eyes to match.
No, as much as I just okay, out of character, guys, I really can't make a decision, but I do want to think about like either Wolf House or Dare to Lay Your Hands. I need input. I cannot, as much as I want to make the choice myself, like I don't, my conscience cannot let me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Sybil's just inviting you, right?
No, it's the whole party.
Oh, okay.
She's just involving Soul to make the decision.
Yeah, and so like I can't like Soul as a character would not ask the rest of the party, but like I can't. Me as a person, I can't do this on my own, and I don't want to like
just pick
choose
one.
something.
You can't have it both ways, kiddo.
We can
Pick
allow it
one.
your chaos. Roll the dice. D6 high low. Just tell me
Okay.
which one's high and which one's low.
Okay. So for sake of the fact that Wolf House is rich and Dare to Lay Your Hand is like Vegas, I'm gonna go high is Wolf House. Dare to Lay Your
Okay.
Hand is low.
Okay, roll a d6. Dare to Lay Your Hand it is.
Okay. Thank you. I can't believe I spent so much time on this.
I knew it was going to take some time, and I wanted to see. You could have tried to persuade Sybil to get one or two other people's input. There was 2 other individuals she would have welcomed input from.
Yeah, but Soul's not the type to do that. It's like if Sybil had the thought already and mentioned this to Soul, she would be all right with getting more input. But like, the situation was that Sybil specifically pulled Soul aside, and that's kind of like, Soul would see that as Sybil's trust in her, so she wouldn't try to involve other people out of
Well,
respect.
no, I meant literally asking Sybil if there's anybody else that you could have tried to persuade Sybil to say, okay, I don't know enough. Maybe we could ask somebody else for some more input. Is what I meant.
Oh,
It wasn't more. It wasn't so much just going and asking people. It was basically enlisting them. But nope, decision's been made.
all right, yeah, I'm good with this.
You guys will be going to Dare Lay Your Hand. Now that you two have made that decision, she will stop off and let Miss Fawnhopper know so that arrangements can be made. As she's filling out the forms to get this done, Miss Fawnhopper, for the first time since you've gotten here today, will speak. When she sees what's being filled out, she just turns, looks up at you, Saul, and says, "No sticky fingers." And you just still does not even remove the veil, just remains somber at her desk, takes the forms and turns to Sybil and just says, "A carriage will be ready on the morning of the 9th." Or sorry, morning of the 9th. You'll stay the 9th, 10th, and 11th, and return on the morning of the 12th.
So we're legit getting a long weekend?
Yeah, like.
Yep. For next session. I just got to make sure I move everything over so I know which thing you actually pick. Okay.
No, I was just wondering, does it have to be the whole group?
Yes.
Okay.
There is other stuff to do there than gamble. It is a trip into the city. It is access to certain shops that you never have been to.
No,
That's
not the reason. Based on something that was said earlier this session, I now have a personal matter I need to attend to in person.
okay.
That's okay.
I have a feeling what I think it might be related to. I'll message you after our session.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, unless anybody else has anything they need to get through, or any big plans for the week, we can actually say the week goes by with just you getting through your classes and our weekly random roll, and we will pick up with what we do on the session next time.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Everyone, all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Input the
All right.
clerk.
Who's rolling the d20?
Who hasn't rolled it in a while? I know I haven't rolled it in a while, but does anybody else hasn't rolled it?
In a while, but who is asking?
I was just asking who hadn't rolled it in a while. This is Derek.
Okay.
Want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
I think Clark and Soul did the last two, so
Yeah, Derek can take. Derek can take it.
Uh,
Okay.
Oh. I guess gotta throw it in the right spot.
Okay. Uneventful week.
Yay.
So,
So a week of classes, gardening, and exercise.
yep. All right. That
How
gets us
far
to
out
those.
is our next major class schedule change?
Oh, actually, you are eligible as of the first. Make a change if you wish to. It's open schedule still, but if you wanted to adjust your schedules for this week,
Well, I was just looking at my skills. Where's my note? So on my little note that says Derek's Skills Labs, I do have the note at the bottom of what I wanted to change, unless you want me to read it off.
it's under your notes. You said.
Yeah, it says Derek's Skills Lab, and then at the very bottom of that note.
All right. Okay, so dropping all of those.
Yeah, drop those. Should be about 5 hours worth. And then how close is am I close to jewelry that I'd be getting it soon, or do I need to keep more than 1 hour on it?
One sec. Let me bring up. Where'd my tracker go? There we go. Fell into the background.
Because that one needs more time. I give it 2 hours instead of 1 hour. That's kind of where the 1, 2, and 2, 3.
Based on what you learned about it today and the fact that you were able to make a roll, you know you are about halfway.
Okay, so we'll leave jewelry at 2.
Okay.
Put animal handling at 2, and then investigation at 1.
One sec. I want to check. How many hours were you before? You were 2, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 hours. And right now, this only accounts for about 6. So you have 6 hours to spare.
What should my other ones, my athletics, my oh, I was adding an hour to investigation, I guess.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I realized it wasn't all of this. I thought you were dropping all of these skills.
No, just dropping insight, perception, survival, hit,
Okay,
and the
okay.
history. So I guess I'm close to jewelry. I'd bump that up only 1 hour since I already got 3 hours dedicated to it.
Okay, one sec. I need your schedule open here for me. There we go. All right, so dropping insight, dropping perception, dropping stone, dropping actual history, and dropping survival. Plus 2 hours into jewelry bumps it up to a 6. Investigation up to a 3.
Oh, I only showed 3 hours in jewelry, so that should be 5.
Okay,
right?
maybe I had my math off before. And then animal athletics stays at a 2, and we add animal handling at a 2.
2. And if something's wrong, I can add to whatever I need to.
Yeah, it's only 11 hours. You have an extra hour.
Throw it in athletics.
Okay.
Kind of
All
wanted
right.
to get that one leveled sooner than later.
Okay. Anybody else making changes to their schedules?
Yes.
Was that Quark?
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's your changes?
Gonna drop insight, put it into nature.
Okay.
Change stealth to religion.
Okay. 1 second. Okay.
And change deception to investigation.
All right. Anyone else making changes?
Yeah,
So on getting any of mine, this is Andrew. Okay, sorry, I just got somebody up.
All right. I think it was. Oh, I'm in Talisman's not scheduled. I think you were cutting off Gargan. Am I right?
well, or I was cutting him off, so he can go and I'll go next.
All right. Got them both open here. All right. Andraki first.
Yep. I was just curious how close I am I to getting my skills that I have. I think it was history, religion, and I can never remember the third one.
Acrobatics and persuasion.
Oh yeah. How close am I for those?
Considering most of yours are ones you're already proficient in, trying to gain extra bonuses, the one you're closest to is acrobatics.
Okay. All right. I'll probably just wait until next time, till after I get the proficiency in it, or
Okay.
bonus in it.
Okay, Zin. All right. And Gargan.
Yeah, so the last time we did this, I put all my chips into herbalism. So
Yes.
is it close?
It is close. I will, in fact, tell you one thing. You can probably adjust your schedule 1 hour somewhere else right now, and you will have to make an adjustment next week after that.
Right. Because my strategy is just to have everything in one, so that I can actually sort of manifest and and use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. How about as far as picking where? Let's see.
The other
Is there
ones
something else?
the ones you've started that you're not proficient in,
Yeah.
that we're not on here right now, are perception, acrobatics, and nature, which are all basically around the same spot, give or take.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been having perception. I'm always suffering from that. So maybe as soon as put it like as soon as herbalism is done, or if you're thinking it's so close, I could sort of drop for that.
Yeah.
And then I'll put all my chips into perception.
Okay. All right. That gets us to end of the session. One second, I gotta move one thing over so I remind myself about it next week. Or in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
I guess you mentioned something about leveling up. We'll do that next week, or?
Oh no, we'll be doing that right now. So I'm gonna let me just get us out of the recording of the session, and then we'll take care of leveling up, everybody. And then we meet again in 2 weeks. All right. 1 sec.